Elizabeth, coming to you from Mysteries in Penrith, Australia. And this is a reading for Monday, the 9th of February and the week following. So let's get into it, shall we? We had grit and determination for our last reading and being a bit patient with ourselves. So have a reflect. How did you go? Did you let the conflict go? Did you have a bit of grit and determination and putting some boundaries in place? You can continue that energy into this week. It's not just for that 1 week, but we're building along the way. So it's not doing one thing, set and forget, another thing, set and forget. But it's acknowledging the progress that we're making and what tools and skills to bring in along the way so we can have our growth and our evolution. So continue that, continue putting boundaries in place, continue to look at any remnants of that conflict that might still be existing in your life and allow it to leave you and be released of that. And so with that being acknowledged, we can bring in the energy of this week and see what we're ready for. What's the message for us? What's in the cards? What do we need to do? You know, what's on our to-do list so that we can be the best versions of ourselves? And that means progress. It doesn't mean perfection. That needed to be noted. 1, 2, 3. I wasn't going to start with these cards, but my hand just went there. So we need to start with these cards. Just got to trust the process, right? Just got to trust what comes. So what we start with is the 4 of Swords. It's time to rest. It's time to retreat. It's time to acknowledge that you've done the hard work. Last week was potentially some hard work for you and things to release and let go of and sort of looking at and sitting in the conflict. Throat chakra just went. And now it's time for you to just retreat away, rest and reflect and allow the information to come to you. What the hell did all that mean? But I give myself time and permission to just chill out a bit. Get in the fetal position if you need to. Take a little sick day off work for your mental health and watch a movie, read a book, go for a walk in nature. Whatever it is that makes you feel relaxed and calm, you need to introduce that into your week. And we have here the 2 of Wands. The readiness for the next step, the readiness to let go of the old and bring in the plan, the thing that you want to do, the doing thing, the excitement, the adventure, the having it. So after the rest is had, you're calm and relaxed, you're ready now to embark on thinking of the next thing. I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready to move on into my next venture. It's not just an idea. It's not just something that's presented to me. It's something that I've been thinking about and wanting to action. And you always have the choice. Do I or don't I? But this card is leaning more into do, because if we don't do, we get stuck. So do the thing. Plan the thing at least. And we have here also the 10 of Swords. So it's looking at, still again, it's looking at a little bit of pain and things coming to an end. So a painful ending. And I feel like this is more in reflection rather than something that's coming up. It's reflecting on the endings of things that were hurtful and painful and looking at, well, what am I going to make that mean? And it's about letting it go, holding on to the lesson, but releasing any detrimental emotion attached to that once you've healed from that. But, you know, it's okay to acknowledge that thing that happened hurt me. And there's nothing wrong with me, the fact that I felt hurt. It doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. It makes me emotional. And if I can feel hurt by that and acknowledge that that hurt, then you start to look at ways on how to put those boundaries in place that we spoke of last week so that we're not so open and vulnerable to the potential hurt of people that perhaps don't value what you have to offer. as much as your intention is in giving it. So a little bit of a mixed bag there. Let's now move on to this deck to build the story and give some depth to what those cards are saying in their full force. Just have a chance to reflect on those 3 messages so far. One, 2, and 3. So our partner card to having that rest and retreat and just stepping back from life a little bit, the busyness and the freneticness, is our triumphant card. This is our chariot. This is our moving forward. So rest before you make those plans of determination about the direction in which you want to go. Do not do it on the back end of busyness and freneticness. Have a rest and a break first, so you get the full information, the full download, the full resources available to you, more on the mental front, before you just go full force into, I know what I'm doing. The answers come in the rest. It's in the pause. You know, when you hit the gym, you have a rest day. This is your rest day. So give yourself that rest day so that you have the energy to move forward with determination and clarity. Because clarity comes with the rest. Our partner card to this 2 of Swords, making the plan and doing the plan. Accelerated motion. Okay, things are going to happen. Once you make the plan, they can happen quite quickly. So be ready. It's like buckle up, baby. Once you make the plan to do the thing and have the adventure and get embedded into that grit of, oh yes, I'm doing it, be prepared that it is going to happen quickly and it is going to happen big. Okay, warp speed, big stuff, travel and movement. So you're not going to be stuck once you decide, yes, I'm going forward. And now that brings back to me a few readings ago, it was, just say yes. That's now coming back into play. So they all kind of bleed into each other. So if you are watching these on a weekly basis, you can see how this is building into your growth and your evolution and bringing to mind what you're doing in terms of setting the direction in your life, being more mindful and not just throwing it to the wind and letting everybody else decide what's right for you, but being conscious of this, being conscious of your choices and where they come from and where they're leading to. And our partner card to the 10 of Swords, the painful endings, and this is the reflection of what the painful endings have been, potentially off the back end of that last week where let go of the conflicts, is we've got, excuse my squinting, I decided not to wear my glasses today, mental conflict. Okay, so yes, the letting go of the things that are painful can bring up those feelings of anxiety and worry, and did I do the right thing, and what did I do wrong in order for that pain and conflict to happen in the first place? Acknowledge what belongs to you and let go of and release what does not belong to you. So there's always 2 people at play. So own what's yours and release what is not yours. What was I responsible for in the destruction of the relationship or the situation? And it's not about blame and victims. It's just about acknowledging what was my part in that. And sometimes it's acknowledging, well, I let that happen and I didn't like the way that I was treated, but I also didn't stand up for myself. So let that be a lesson in, I don't want to feel like that again. So what can I do differently when presented with that situation in the future? Because I can feel I'm sitting in the anxiety of what all that meant. All right, bringing it home with our original Rider-Waite tarot deck, the one I was going to start with, but apparently wants to come in at the end. So how is this reading going to finish up? Where do we go with all of this? 1, 2, and 3. There's a real certainty of the cards that wanted to be picked there. So, we've got our rest and restoration, and then you've got the energy to go full force into what it is that you want to do. And the wheels are in your favour, baby. Oh, gosh, I can't believe I just said that. But that's how it came out. The wheels are turning in your favour. Resources available. Luck is on your side. Go for the thing. Do the thing. Rest first. Go full force into it. And know the universe has your back for this experience, for this adventure, for the greater good, for your growth and evolution. Whew, now the tingles are coming in. Talked about them last week, but yeah, whew, really strong. Now, the card that goes with our 2 of Wands, which is plan the thing, do the thing. You ready? And it's happening at warp speed. Success, happiness, joy. Have fun with what you're doing. Let out the inner child. Do something, I don't know, crazy, frivolous. Just fun and adventure, and get out into nature, the sunshine. Feel energized by nature. Feel excited by being a part of this world and the opportunities that are available to you. So you've had the thought, the time to rest and just go full force with success. It's really, really stamping home the movement forward. Okay, and it all comes off the back end of last week, where you've decided to feed your soul and do things that feel good for you, not just in our humanness, which is also very important, of course. But this is all full of life and success and joy and happiness, and it's yours for the taking. I feel very excited in this reading. I can feel the energy. You can see by the way that I'm talking and the way these messages are coming across is that I just am talking quickly. It's strong, it's firm, it's wow, wow, wow. Full body tingles. Now, getting back to this side of things, where we're still reflecting on the hurt and the anxiety that's come from the hurt, what did we do wrong, and being able to release and let that go, is once we acknowledge what our part was in this and forgive ourselves and forgive others, we have completed a lesson. This is about completing a lesson in things that didn't work out, things that were not fair, things that you acknowledge that you could perhaps have done differently in those situations and circumstances, but just vow not to repeat those mistakes, those choices. Try a different choice to get a different result. And when you acknowledge that and kind of sort of put a stamp on it, go, next time, this is what I'm going to do. I plan to do this. And perhaps it's having a conversation with someone that just cleans things up. That's like, I'm not here to rehash, but I'm just letting you know, moving forward, this is how I plan to proceed with circumstances, whatever that circumstance is. I will no longer be okay with this. But what do you want instead? Remember that from a few weeks ago? What do you want instead? So have some thoughts about that. Have some ideas about that, because this is about completing this lesson so you don't repeat it. We're always presented with lessons. And the ones that keep repeating are the ones that we're not learning. We're not actually finishing and accomplishing and understanding what that is about our own growth and evolution. So, that is all. Wow, how that's all come together. Now, for our oracle cards, the glasses will go on. The oracle card today comes from the Rose Oracle from our Rebecca Campbell. And this one seals the deal of the reading. Full of energy, full of life, momentum forward, but recognizing what you need to release in order to move forward without the baggage, the unnecessary baggage, the baggage that you've already dealt with. Okay, I feel like I need to just dig in here to that one. So let's see. The rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. I'll just give you a look of that one. Living courageously, soul-led. Remember, we're feeding off the back end of last week. What you're doing moving forward is you are leading with your soul. What feels right for my soul? So have the rest to make the plan and release what no longer serves you. Inner calling, the soul, the mystic, connecting more with your intuition as well, which is what we're talking about, is being soul-led and soul-driven, is knowing what's right for you. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for allowing me to deliver this message. For those of you that land upon it for the first time, you're quite welcome to go back and watch the previous ones to see how they piece together, or just see that you've come in at this time because this is what you needed to hear from this point onwards. But you just all have an amazing week, being you, trusting self, being soul-driven, releasing what is not yours, knowing that you are triumphant and cycles are coming to an end where you've learned the lesson. And there's a lot of fun and experience to be had. So from here, Mysteries in Penrith, Australia, we give you big love for the week. Mwah!